In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Immanuel Quickley and how he shoots the basketball. He is a fantastic three-point shooter in the NBA and for the Toronto Raptors, but he is also a pretty good form. So let's get down, let's check out how he's able to shoot the ball so that we can use some of the tips that he uses in our game. Let's get down and let's check out Immanuel Quickley. If you want me to be able to just break down your shooting form, check out the link down in the description below. Okay, so the first thing that I notice right away is the fact that he's wearing reverse Grinches. No, not that. He has a wide base, and a wide base is extremely important. He obviously has his feet roughly around shoulder width apart, maybe just a bit more, and his feet are pointing the same directions as his knees, hips, and of course shoulders as well. There's not one thing that is out of line where some younger players will have the tilt on their lower body, but then they'll try to square up their shoulders because there's a lot of older school coaches who say you have to square up. The whole idea behind shooting a ball is for it to be comfortable, and there are some tips that you need to use for every shot, and that is to have your shoulder, elbow, and the ball all in line with the basket. If this is all in line, you will have a straight shot every single time. You'll notice that his shoulders are not square to the basket, or his hips. This is because he needs to get the shoulder and elbow in line, and by having a small tilt, that allows you to do that. When he goes up and releases that ball, his elbow is above his forehead, which is extremely important, and if we look really closely, he does have a soft release. This angle is much better. He has a soft release. His palm is facing the rim, so he has a slight thumb flick. However, I really don't want to emphasize the thumb flick because the thumb flick, it happens before he actually releases the ball. So it has very little to do with the actual shot itself and has no negative consequences. We can also see that he has a very smooth motion from gather up into set point and then into release. We can see that his knees are roughly around 100 degrees, if not 90 degrees. We can see that his hips are at roughly 90 degrees as well. And he's also looking at the rim, which is extremely important. When he goes up into his shot, he extends his knees and hips at the exact same time while he's bringing the ball up. This is extremely important because this will allow him to have a one motion jump shot as he does, which will allow him to have greater range on his shot. We can also see that he jumps straight up and straight back down, which will allow him to be more consistent. He's not jumping 6 feet forward, 3 feet forward, 2 feet forward, 5 feet forward, and being different every single time. And then when we come down to the actual drop on his shot, so from its peak roughly right about there, if that's the base of the net, his drop is around 44 degrees. Now this may seem really high. That shot, I'm going to say right now, is probably in the range of like maybe 22 to 24 feet in the air. But that is because he's shooting from so far away. The drop on his shot, that 44 degrees, very rarely changes on made shots. On his made shots, that 44 degrees, if he can hit that and the shot is straight, which means that it's not angling off to right or left, he's shooting at 99.8%. When he rushes it and the shot angles out right or left, obviously that goes down to 0. When he starts going up into that 47 degree range, the shot drops drastically. When he goes under 40-ish%, it drops drastically, but he had very few shots and no shots on close enough video to be able to document it here. Why is this important? Well, because if you are between 41 roughly to about 45, 46 degrees in that range, on that drop, the gravity is not strong enough for it to bounce out, and it's not coming in shallow enough for the rim to look really small. In that range of drop is perfect for it to go swish almost every single time. Now he does seem to be pushing it from his chin, however he does end up having that high release. I know there's a lot of players and coaches and trainers who will try to push a player away from a chin shot. Well, it's working here, but you need to have that high release right after. A lot of mistakes younger players will make is they'll bring the ball up while their bodies are going down. Don't do that. Immanuel Quickley already went down. Now while he's going back up, the ball is coming up as well. This is a major point. We'll go really slow right here. We can see that He's releasing still on his way up into his shot. That is going to give him more power on his shot as well. I hope that this Immanuel Quickley basketball shooting form breakdown helps you become a better shooter in the game. If it does, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out the link down below where I can break down your shooting form. I'll see you guys again in my next video.